Yeah. Analytics off the chain, other channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game.
I'm a headliner.
What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there on this Tailgate Friday, because we made it through another work week and looking forward to just kick back, relaxing, and enjoying the weekend here this week. And you know what today is going to be, or I guess I should say this evening is going to be? I mean, with all things we're going to talk about here today, there's no other way to classify it than it's going to be a banger today, because we got some good stuff. I got to give away a Jalen Waddle jersey. We have mystery boxes from Pristine auction. We have some end of the week news, a delicious recipe from the Tailgate Chef, some DFS picks of the weeks, and our point spread picks of the weeks. Plus, you better believe it, Tater Miles is in the house here this week as well. Now, first thing, let's go ahead and let's go through some end of the week news. A few things have happened here recently. First thing is going to be Cam Newton. Now, obviously, we all know by now Cam is back in Carolina, but it is now official. Cam Newton will be starting the game here this weekend for the Carolina Panthers, going up against the Washington football team. Ron Rivera and the Washington football team coming back to Carolina to go against Cam Newton, who's now back in Carolina as the starter. It's just all things are lining up for this to be an exciting game to watch. Full disclosure, I wanted to buy tickets to the game. I'm like, hey, it's a 2-hour drive for me. I'd like to go watch this game. You couldn't find a ticket that was worth a damn for like less than $250. So I made a business decision to just stay here and watch it on TV, but it's going to be exciting. We heard about DeAndre Hopkins here this morning. Now, he is officially ruled out. He will not play, which is crazy because we just talked about this in the injury episode with the Dr. Ethan Turner, on how already this season, DeAndre Hopkins has missed more games this year alone than he had in the prior 8 years of his entire career. So what that tells me is they want to be pretty safe with this guy, right? The Cardinals are in a good position to make a run at the playoffs here this year, and they need DeAndre Hopkins healthy. They're not willing to risk it because they're still in first place. They got a 1-game lead. Worst case scenario, they're tied for the divisional lead here end of the week, and I believe that's not even going to happen because they're going against the Rams in second place, and the Rams aren't playing. So I think they're in a pretty good spot. They're trying to be a little bit safe here and make sure they have their studs end of the week, but they will have another tough decision to deal with Kyler Murray as well, because he is now classified once again as a game time decision. Do I think he plays this weekend? I think it's literally a 50-50 chance. I don't want to say I'm leaning one way or the other. It seems like he's getting healthier, but in another one of those situations, do they just wait? Do they give him one more week to get fully healed? Maybe him and DeAndre Hopkins come back together in just a couple weeks here and really help take this offense to the next level second half of the year and make a run at the playoffs. So something else to pay attention to there, Saquon Barkley. He looking pretty good in practice. Now, they're going to be a little bit safe with Saquon, kind of like they started the year, right? They didn't go out there and just give him 30 touches in week 1. They wanted to kind of slowly work him in. It would not surprise me if they did that once again. And I say that because now 2 of his teammates are also healthy and off the injury report. That's Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay. So it gives them more options in New York. They're not just trying to find somebody who's just got a pulse and healthy at this point. So they have options. If Barkley plays, which I do expect him to play, I do think it's going to be somewhat of a limited basis. Is he going to be a locked in stone running back 1? I don't think I can say that. I think he's going to be a little bit more of a flex option at this point, which is great because you haven't been reliant on him here over the past few weeks anyway. So now that you potentially throw him back into your lineup, you can use him as a flex, plus Monday Night Football. So you want him in your flex spot anyway, just in case something happens late in the week before the game, in pregame. You have an option to throw somebody in there just in case he does not go. What about Dallas Goedert? Dallas Goedert just got paid. He got paid for the tight end position. He just got a 4-year, $57 million contract extension, $35 million of it guaranteed. So congrats to him on getting that bag. Lamar Jackson, he is back at practice, missed a few days this week due to an illness, non-COVID related. So he should be good to go. And yes, you better believe it, we have our Chubby back. Nick Chubb has been activated off the COVID IR. He's now going to face the Detroit Lions with no Kareem Hunt, and this is absolutely what so many fantasy owners needed. Hopefully, a huge day for one Sir Nicholas Chubb. Elijah Mitchell of the San Francisco 49ers, he's really trending towards a game time decision as well now that they have Jeff Wilson back. I'm not overly excited that we're going to see a ton of Elijah Mitchell here this week, coming off that broken finger where he just had a minor procedure. It says minor procedure, but they put a pin in his finger. Doesn't sound like it's minor, but I mean, how does that affect the grip on the ball? Does it cause a fumbling issue? There's just other things there that have a little bit of question in your mind. So I'm not saying I'm off the bandwagon, but I don't know if I'm going to expect the 27 touches or so that he had last week. But that's the end of the week news. That's what we haven't discussed already in videos. We've already put out the waiver wire video, the start sit videos, the rankings videos. So if you're looking for more stuff, more detailed information, then definitely check those out. But now we got stuff to give away and stuff to open. Christmas getting close, right? Christmas getting really close, and my office starting like I'm a hoarder here, but Pristine Auction is taking care of us. And I know you watch this show every week. You like getting stuff like, here's the signed Jalen Waddle jersey. You can see the signature right there. I got the winner randomly selected for that. We'll give that away here in just a second. I got 2 smaller mystery boxes today, but this is what I want to show you. And I'm going to have to move my camera. I didn't plan for this. But this is why it is important to head over to Pristine Auction and sign up for a free, keyword free account using the code word headliners when you do so. That's why we're getting all of this stuff. Now, yes, I'm having to pay for shipping on all of it, which is like a, second house payment and stuff, but that's okay because it's worth it. I love giving back to you guys, but look what they're doing to us because people are out there signing up. Look at all those boxes I got. Those are all unopened boxes from Pristine Auction. They're sending us stuff for the rest of the season, but you know what? That doesn't mean we still can't get more. So if you're looking for more opportunities, more giveaways, I mean, we give away 2, 3, 4 items a week over here. That's enough to subscribe as is. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to be a member to anything to win this. It's a randomly picked. All you have to do is leave a comment on the rankings video from yesterday. So the winner of the Jalen Waddle jersey, which we opened up last week, is going to be Kenneth Thompson. Now, he says, I would love the Waddle jersey. As a diehard Dolphins fan, Waddle and Javon Holland have been a shining light in a rather bad season for us. It would bring me, I can't even read it, it's so far away. It would bring me great joy to have my first signed piece of sports memorabilia. So that's pretty cool. Kenneth Thompson. I'm going to respond to your comment on YouTube. You send me your shipping information, and I'm going to hook you up, my friend. But now we get to open up new boxes. And what's in these boxes are items that we're going to give away in upcoming weeks as well, as long as it's not something really cool that I want to keep for myself. But here we go. We got 2 boxes. Let me turn just a little bit here. We got 1 box here, 1 box here. So 2 boxes. What do we have behind these boxes? Does anybody want to take a guess? I mean, I think a lot of people kind of know what's in a box this size, right? Kind of feels like another jersey. People love them some signed jerseys. Really cool to frame a jersey and hang it up. But now I have cheated. I have pre-ripped the box there a little bit, so it's a little bit easier for me to open. But yes, I'm still going to rest the microphone right there as we open this up. Now this is... I love doing this. Who loves free? Hit the like button for free stuff. Okay. The flap is open. Awkward. Okay. What is the guess? It is, yes, a jersey. Can we kind of cheat and see the color? It's a black jersey. Black jersey. What could a black jersey be? A black Jags jersey. Black Cardinals jersey. Steelers jersey. What else is there? My mind is blank. I can't wait anymore. What is it? Oh, it's a Najee. It's a signed Najee jersey. What? This right here. Oh boy. Where's it at? Oh boy. Signed by Najee Harris. Right up there in the corner. It's upside down. It says right there, Najee. Oh, yes, there it is right there. The Najee. That right there. This is arguably the best jersey we've gotten of the year so far. The black Steelers Najee jersey. That is sick. That right there is worth the entire show. I don't even need to open up the second box. I'm going to open up the second box, but I don't even need to. That is sweet right there. I know there's going to be a buttload of people that want that. No doubt. All right. Can it get better? Can it get better than that? I don't know. All right, here we go. Hold, please. Oh. Oh, I see some styrofoam popcorn in the strongest taper. That's one thing I can say about Pristine Auction. They don't mess around. They tape their stuff up good. Okay, what do we got? You get a piece of styrofoam popcorn. This is, oh, I cheated. I kind of saw it. It's a football. It is a football. Knowing Pristine Auction, it's probably signed. Who is it signed by? Any guesses? No. Okay, you see Lions and you're like, oh God, who is it? And it can't be anybody good, right? That right there is a signed DeAndre Swift Lions football. That is a Najee and a DeAndre Swift. Dude had like 36 touches last week. As long as he touches the ball, he's killing it. Even inscribed Go Lions on it. That is a sick... Dude, today, really... Uh-oh, I'm dropping the box. Down go all the packing peanuts. That is a signed Najee jersey and a signed DeAndre Swift football. Banger! I told you it's going to be a banger today. That's what I'm talking about. That is some cool... That's going to be... It's going to be hard to give away, but you know me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it away to some... That was worth the price of admission right there. People, now I have to continue to say this once again. Go over to Pristine Auction. Sign up for a free account. You don't have to buy anything. Now, trust me, you're going to want to buy something, and you can find things on their site for as cheap as like $20 sometimes, as long as you're really paying close attention. Getting in on auctions late. There's thousands of auctions a day. Everything in my office is pretty much from Pristine Auction. A great company to partner with. Definitely some cool things, not just current, players. You can get college jerseys. You can get anything you need. They have you covered. Make sure you use the code word headliners though when you sign up, so we get some credit for it, so they continue to send us some free things, because this is that is awesome. The Najee jersey is sick. Looking forward to doing something with that jersey for sure. All right. I'm having a lot of fun here. I kind of got a little carried away. We opened up a mystery box. We went through the end of the week news, but now it's time to eat a little bit, because you know me, I like to eat. So let's throw it over to the Tailgate Chef and see what he's cooking here today.
Hey everybody, this is John here with the Fantasy Headliners Tailgate Pick of the Week. Today, we're going to be doing a country ham hamburger with caramelized onions and an Alabama sauce. Y'all come on and check it out. All right, we're going to start out right here. I got some 6-ounce patties. 80-20 right there. I got some country ham. Salt cured country ham. Some I put up last year. We're going to take that. Got some onions I've already caramelized. We'll heat them back up, put it all together, and make this Alabama sauce. Country ham can be kind of hard to get. There ain't but two places you can get it. Each side of a hog butt. Alright, so let's put this Alabama sauce together. Got some mayonnaise, a little horseradish, brown mustard, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, brown sugar, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, salt, and pepper. Alright, let's put this thing together. Got our burger there. Put our piece of country ham on top. Some of those caramelized onions. And a little bit of our Alabama sauce. Let's see what Jake thinks about that.
Figure this hamburger's got a lot of stuff on it. What are we eating right
here?
There's
a lot going on there, Jake.
There's a lot.
So you got a hamburger.
Perfect.
Then you got some country ham.
Got it.
A little caramelized onion.
Love it.
And some Alabama sauce.
What the hell is Alabama sauce?
Well, you'll have to look at the recipe for that.
Is this gonna be spicy?
No.
We're good?
No. Yep.
All right. That's pretty delicious.
Pretty good.
Definitely gotta try this one out. Good stuff. That dude really just put ham on a hamburger. A hamburger, and it was delicious. We do bacon all the time, but ham? Ham? It was pretty freaking good. It was pretty delicious. Absolutely delicious, and probably something I'm going to do again. So you may want to try that as well. But now the time has come that we throw it over to our favorite analyst here. It's time for a little bit of Tater Miles.
What's up, Headliner Nation? It's Chris Chouse here. I'm just kidding. It's me, Tater Miles, coming at you with the weekend tailgate show with a little bit of a weather report and beer review. I just love that Chris Chouse feller, and Love hearing him talk. His Canadian accent's just real nice. I'd like to have him read me stories at bedtime. Maybe we can work that out. Let's go ahead and talk about the weather first today. I tell you what, after several weeks of there not being any real weather to report about, I am tickled to death this week to let you in on a few games. I got 3 games we're going to talk about. They're all at that 1 o'clock start position, Eastern Standard Time, that is. And the first game we're going to be talking about is the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Chicago Bears. And this game is looking to be a 33% chance of rain, 46 degrees there at the start of the game. And 33% is like, it could rain. But the big thing that I want us to look at today in all of these matchups for scientific purposes is to say, well, it's a Raven versus a Bear. And when the Raven is in the rain, I imagine it's harder to fly. Bears don't really give a shit. Now, I'm not saying that's a game prediction. I'm just saying science. Moving on, we got another one to look at. This is the Detroit Lions at the Cleveland Browns there in Cleveland, and it looks like to be a 76% chance of rain. 46 degrees again at this one as well there at game time, but that 76% chance of rain, now that's going to be a problem. That's like, if 33% chance of rain is, it could rain, then 76% chance of rain is probably something like, hey Darla, get the slip and slide. Lions, do they mind the rain? Now, I would say probably not. I want to talk about the Browns, because I'm not really sure what a brown is. I know a few things that are brown in life, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes when I'm camping out in the woods, I'll excuse myself from the tent and wander off into the woods and, gotta have a little sitting spell. And, if it's raining overnight, the next morning when you're walking around in the same woods, you ain't gonna worry about it. Lastly, we got the Texans versus the Titans there in Tennessee, and it looks to be about a 66% chance of rain, which is borderline slip and slide weather. And you got 54 degrees, so a little bit warmer there at game time. I'm a little scientifically unprepared for this one. If you're from Texas, why don't you just leave it down in the comments whether or not you like the rain, and that way I can collect some data here. If you love the rain, you're from Texas, just be like, hey Tater, I love to be wet. Other than that, I think the Titans will be okay here as well. But let's flip over to our beer review. Now this one was pretty easy to find in my area. It is from the Devil's Backbone Brewing Company. Sounds scary. In Lexington, Virginia, so not too far away from where I am, but this is the Vienna Lager. Now I do love a good lager. Lager? I don't even know her. That was a terrible joke. But this is a product of the US of A. It says it's mild, toasted, and caramel notes. They got number 2 in the World Beer Cup Awards, number 4 in the Great American Beer Festival, which sounds like a hell of a time. It is 5.2%, and the color is amber. All right, well, the Vienna Lager from the Devil's Backbone, let's give it a sip. One sip, everybody knows the rules. Well, hello. This may be one of my favorite beers that I have reviewed thus far on the Tater Miles beer review. Now, this is real smooth going down. It has got a great balance of that heavy or a light beer, what a lager should be. But I really, really like this. I think this would be great with a meal. This is great if you're on the porch with the boys. This is great if you are out in the woods camping, taking a sitting spell like I talked about earlier. It could be good for anything, really. So I highly suggest you pick this up. Try it for yourself if you're into a good, just a nice, well-rounded lager. With all those mild toasted and caramel notes in there. I'm going to give this beer our highest rating to date, an 8.1. Now, they gave them second at the World Beer Cup, so an 8.1 from Tater Miles is up there with that. So, listen, you all have a great week. Get those lineups set. Watch out for that rain. Maybe get your slip and slide out if that's applicable to your area. And, have a happy Thanksgiving. Listen, I am thankful for all of you, thankful for the rest of this headliner team for giving me this opportunity, and I'm gonna eat some turkey and stuffing in honor of it. How about that? Why don't you do the same? Have one of these Vienna lagers with it, and we'll see you next time.
I appreciate it, Tater, but now the time has come where a lot of people want to know about some DFS picks, right? Who can they use and who should they fade in DFS here this week, week 11? Well, you better believe our boy Justin Freeman from RunTheSims.com back in the house to give you some of his picks of the week.
What's up, headliners? Justin Freeman here from RunTheSims.com, here to talk about a little bit of Week 11 DraftKings main slate. We've got a 12-game slate up on DraftKings. As always, we'll go into our tools from RunTheSims.com. Go check out RunTheSims.com. It's a premium DFS tool site. Use code HEADLINERS for a nice little discount when you check out there. Without further ado, why don't we hop right into the meat and potatoes of this presentation, where we'll be talking about optimal rates, the top 5 optimal rates for each position, starting at quarterback. And it looks like Cam Newton is going to be one of the Sims favorites this week, priced at $5,100. If Cam is indeed named the starter in Carolina, which we fully expect at this point, he'll take on a Washington defense that's been pretty lackluster, so to speak, so far. The game environment is not the best in the world. The total you'll see sitting there at 43 points right now. You have some other options to go if you're willing to pay up, but $5,100 allows you to get a lot of cheaper options into your lineup, and he's coming in optimal at almost 9%. Jalen Hurts, $6,800, is really very similar to Cam in terms of how they're going to project, what type of usage they are going to get. Goes up against a slightly tougher matchup there in the Saints. Very similar team situation overall, but priced up at $6,800. So Cam, kind of the discount Jalen Hurts at $5,100. Lamar, $8K, obviously kind of in a league of his own there, taking on the Bears here this week. I mean, we talk about Lamar every week. He's just always, even though he's one of the more expensive quarterbacks on the slate, just always priced a little lower than I think he should be. Derek Carr, $5,900, taking on the Bengals this week. This game is in Las Vegas. That's a good price point. It can get you up a little bit from Cam Newton without sacrificing too many dollars. And then rounding out the top 5, $7,600 Patrick Mahomes in the best game environment of the week. Cowboys Chiefs there in the afternoon game at $425. Chiefs currently favored by 2.5, but the over-under really stands out as you kind of look across the board here. Look at our schedule here on the Run the Sims Optimizer: 45, 44.5, 43. These are the game totals. 44, the over-under is 43, 45.5, 45, 47.5, 49.5, 49.5, 48.5, 56.5. That really, really stands out as being the best game environment of the week. It'll cost you, though. Obviously, the Chiefs and Cowboys playmakers, relatively expensive each week. At the running back position, A.J. Dillon is our guy. 23.5% optimal rate, $6,200 affordable salary going against the Vikings. Vikings have been getting eaten up by the Packers for years. A.J. Dillon obviously inheriting a workload without Aaron Jones in the lineup. Christian McCaffrey, $8,900 against Washington. Kind of an intriguing option to stack Cam Newton with. That could possibly show a little bit of upside for both guys and certainly capture the floor of the Panthers offense. James Conner, $6,100. Cardinals, once again, expected to go with James Conner as the lead back with just a little bit of Eno Benjamin. They'll take on the Seahawks this week. Seahawks have been playing a couple ugly games here lately, but perhaps they can get right. Obviously, if Kyler Murray plays versus doesn't play, that'll impact Connor's projection as well. David Montgomery, $5,500. Really appealing salary there for David Montgomery, $5,500 against Baltimore. I think David Montgomery has once again claimed a stranglehold of that backfield, not worried about any of the competition there at this point. And then Myles Gaskin, $5,700, another guy sort of mid-priced running back option against the Jets. So pretty fantastic matchup for Gaskin. The Dolphins O-line has been absolutely terrible, so I have a little bit of trepidation in trusting the Dolphins projections here. But overall, the usage has been fantastic for Myles Gaskin. You honestly couldn't ask for more in terms of opportunities. Let's look at wide receiver, where it's Devontae Adams. And this is going to be kind of an interesting point for us to have to choose between, because we got $8,400 Devontae Adams, but we also had a really strong value in A.J. Dillon at the running back position. Can you play them both in the same lineup? Do you have to choose one? That'll be a big question mark for us this week. I mean, obviously, a game where it's certainly possible where both of those guys could go off. We've seen that in the past as well. And the appealing thing for A.J. Dillon is now he'll be involved a little bit more in the passing game with Aaron Jones out. But Adams should absolutely eat in this game. I'm not opposed to playing them both in the same lineups. They're just both really good plays, and it's still such a super condensed offense in terms of where the ball's going. Deebo Samuel, 7,800. We obviously saw on Monday night just what Deebo's capable of. 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Just a tremendous playmaker, like literally probably the best pure playmaker in the NFL, maybe behind Tyreek Hill. Takes on the Jags this week, so should be able to get going pretty well in this game. The price tag is starting to get up into the elite territory, but that's where he belongs. I mean, Deebo is getting it done through a variety of ways. Hunter Renfrow, 5,800, not the most sexy option, right? But certainly involved when the team gets down to the red zone, taking on the Bengals this week. Just pretty much going to be a target vacuum there as the team continues to get Deshaun Jackson worked into this offense. Brandon Cooks, another target vacuum, taking on the Titans here this week. If you're interested in running sort of some skinny stacks there, you could play that with A.J. Brown, obviously, and Cooks on the other side. You're just kind of hoping this game gets a little bit more like a shootout. Currently, Titans favored by 10, and the over-under is only sitting at 44.5. It kind of depends on how much you feel like you can trust the Texans offense, and I'd understand if that was not very much at this point. And then DK Metcalf rounds out our top 5 here, 6,800 against the Cardinals. Metcalf obviously ejected last week, has something to prove here this week. Hopefully he can get right against this Cardinals team in a pace-up game if Kyler Murray can play. Tight end, let's round this out. $6,100 for Darren Waller against the Bengals. So we've pretty much identified Waller, Renfrow, and Carr as good options here this week in a decent spot against Cincinnati. Obviously, Cincinnati has some fun bring-back options with Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, those guys. George Kittle, 6,300. Had a good night Monday night. Could have been even better. Takes on the Jaguars this week. Travis Kelce. So we've got a lot of the elite options here at the position towards the top of our optimal rate list. 7,100 against the Cowboys, best game environment of the week. Dallas Goedert taking on the Saints at 4,400. We're finally starting to get down into the bargain bin. Not even the bargain bin. These are really just mid-price guys. Obviously, the bargain bin tight ends are going to be in the 2.5 to 3K range. But 4,400 for Dallas Goedert, 4,600 for Dalton Schultz. Schultz may give you the easiest, simplest, most direct way to get a cheap piece of that Kansas City Dallas game. So that's going to do it. That's going to round us out here for our 4 key positions. Looking at the DraftKings Week 11 main slate, 12-game slate. That'll do it for us. Go check out runthesims.com. Use code headliners. We'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate you, Justin, but now is the time that we move over to actual point spread picks. And Chris Chouse, like I said, I believe it was last week, I do not envy this dude at all. He may have the toughest portion of a segment in this show and maybe the entire week, because he's got to try to see the future and pick point spreads for some crazy games that are out there happening. So let's see what he's looking at here this week for Week 11 of NFL football.
What is up, Headliner Nation? Chris Chow's back again for Point Spread Picks, week number 11. Last week we were decent. We weren't over the top, but I mean, guess what? We're still back in the even trend. Last week I did mention I did reserve the right to change my pick in that Cardinals game if Kyler was going to sit out, which I did. So my record for week number 10 was 7-7, even 500. I mean, we'll take it, as the last couple weeks have just been a gong show when it comes to predicting. Season record still above 53% right now, so we are in the positive money still. Let's keep it going. Sunday, let's kick it off. Indianapolis at the Buffalo Bills. Bills favored by -7. The Bills are coming off that tune-up contest to the New York Jets. Their offensive struggles still come with injuries to the offensive line and lack of success overall in the run game. The Colts, on the other hand, can score fast, but let teams come back to kill those spreads. They will run heavy with Jonathan Taylor, set up the play-action pass, but versus the Bills' very stout defense, we shall see if they're going to be able to overcome. This game should be a lot closer than 7 points indicate, even though I do believe my Bills continue to roll and they continue to win. I'll take Indy +7. Washington at the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers favored by 3.5 points. Washington is coming off a big win versus Tampa Bay. Nobody saw that coming. I know I didn't. But they did lose their best player in the process, with Chase being done for the season with an ACL. Carolina has new life with Cam Newton back behind center. I'm still not convinced that Cam can throw the ball like he used to. I still believe that shoulder is held together with bubble gum, man, but he does have some rushing upside. The Carolina Panthers defense is still in the top end, almost to near elite categories. With all the Cam hype going back, and it's going to be in Carolina, I'm going to take Carolina here 3.5, even though I would have loved 3 points. Baltimore at the Chicago Bears. The Ravens favored by 4.5. The Ravens are coming off that ugly loss to Miami on Thursday Night Football. The extra rest for the week should be good for them, but Lamar has been dealing with some illness issues that are not COVID related. I mean, we've seen this a number of times this year. I don't know what he's dealing with, but it continues to be a problem. The Bears are coming off the bye week as well. They're playing at home, which is a positive. They likely will not have Allen Robinson, but I mean, is it of no consequence? He hasn't done much this season anyway. I mean, this feels like a get-right game for Baltimore after their loss last week, and I'm going to side with Lamar on this one. Baltimore minus 4.5 in this contest. Detroit at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns favored by 11.5. What a hot mess this contest is. Baker should play, even though he's supremely hurt all over his body. Foot, knee, shoulder. I mean, this guy is just a walking nightmare right now. Nick Chubb should be back from the COVID list. That's what trending reports are suggesting. The Lions are gearing up to be without Jared Goff in this contest, so the Tim Boyle effect time is going to be here at the quarterback position, making even more craziness to this spread. I can't stand this spread whatsoever. I hate it, but the Brownies defense should be able to prevail over a backup quarterback. Minus 11.5. I'm going to gamble here and take the Browns, man. San Francisco minus 6 at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 49ers looked very impressive, beating the Rams last week in a decisive win on Monday Night Football. Deebo Samuel has clearly entered the elite category conversation and is proving to be a force. The Jaguars, they've competed stronger than I anticipated on defense this year. They're trying better week in, week out, but I mean, they're going to have their hands full on both sides of the ball. I'm going to take San Francisco here minus 6 to win. Green Bay minus 1.5 at the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers handled the Seahawks last week, but I mean, they did lose their star running back, Aaron Jones, to an MCL, with now A.J. Dillon now back behind center behind Rodgers. They shouldn't miss much of a beat. I really don't think that it's going to be that much of a hamper for them. A.J. Dillon has proven to be very reliable. The Vikings, on the other hand, they have been a very stable team, even though their record does not indicate that. This should typically be a very sound NFC North battle, but I can't move away from Aaron Rodgers here. Even though he didn't practice on Thursday due to some ailment, he is likely going to start. 2 points. I'm taking Green Bay minus 1.5. Next one is Miami minus 3 at the New York Jets. The Miami Dolphins defense came out to play last week like I thought they would have all year. They have not, but they showed out versus the Baltimore Ravens. Tua and Waddle are showing that Bama chemistry, and Waddle is turning into that star right in front of our eyes, but I knew he was going to be a baller. He's just showing everybody now what he can do. The Jets are going to be starting Joe Flacco this week, and I can't promote anything positive for Mr. Flacco other than the fact that he still has an arm and can throw the deep ball. I'm siding with Miami in this one on the road minus 3. New Orleans at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles favored by a 1.5. The Eagles are starting to pick up steam offensively. You kind of like what they're doing. Where Jalen Hurts, I had a lot of reservation this season. Now he's starting to pick up his pace, and he's starting to give Devontae Smith and company opportunities to make plays. The Saints are still a very well-rounded club. I mean, they're likely going to be without Alvin Kamara again. He didn't practice with the knee today, and it's trending in the direction that he will sit because it is an MCL injury, usually 1 to 3 weeks. So I'm banking on the fact that he won't be there. This one is a little bit trickier to predict simply because of Trevor Siemian on the road. I mean, it's not a great and ideal, but the Saints did give the Titans a run for their money last week to kill that spread. So I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to go with the Saints because I think as a team, they're well better put together than what the Eagles are. I'm going New Orleans plus 1.5. Houston taking travel to Tennessee. The Titans favored by 10 points. Everything right now starts and stops with that Titans defensive line. Jeffrey Simmons has been an absolute beast. I mean, in this revival of how this defensive unit has been playing and showing the last several weeks. They started against the Buffalo Bills, and they're just continue to move. The Titans offense is still finding ways to score and put up points and move this offense even without King Henry on the field. Houston continues to be that hot mess, but they're going to try try to compete. On the road, it's hard to believe that they're going to do anything substantial to kill even 10 points. I really do believe that controlling the clock and the defense is going to be very good. This spread might get killed late, but I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to go with the points. Tennessee plus 10. Next one is Cincinnati -1 at the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, there's only so much a team can endure before all the wheels fall off and it comes crashing down. The Raiders are that team right now, and mentally they're on life support, man. With all the problems that they've had and all the issues they've had all season long, seeing that beatdown from Kansas City, I mean, this is the thing. They're licking their wounds, and we had to expect that this was going to happen. Cincinnati is coming off the bye, taking travel to Vegas, which I don't like, but the Bengals are a team in desperate need of a win, and they need to play much better than they have the last few weeks. I fully expect the Bengals to come out throwing the ball and showcasing their ability. I'm going Cincinnati -1. The Dallas Cowboys take travel to Kansas City -2.5 for the Chiefs. This is going to be the game of the week by most accounts. This game should be phenomenal. The Cowboys are rolling again, finding their stride after they did have that loss to the Denver Broncos. And I mean, they looked very good last week as well. Kansas City looked much better also last week, beating up on those Las Vegas Raiders, man. But can they do it against Dallas? That is the question. If the run game gets going with Zeke, I believe Dak is just going to eat up this Kansas City Chiefs defense. This is going to be a very fun contest to watch, but I'm going to side with the Dallas Cowboys 2.5 because I just don't trust the Kansas City defense whatsoever. It's going to be a good show. Next one is the Arizona Cardinals -2.5 taking travel to Seattle to the Seahawks. Here we go again. The Cardinals, Kyler Murray. This has been a nightmare to pick on the spread, man, but he's trending in the right direction this week to play. DeAndre Hopkins likely not. He's not at practice right now, but we still don't know if Kyler's going to suit up. Without Kyler, they are not the same team. That first week that they did win without Kyler with Colt McCoy, it was a fluke. We knew that. Everyone's got tape. Seattle's also struggling now. Russell Wilson came back, but he looked extremely rusty. Russ was rusty, man. That's just how it was in their loss to Green Bay. Back at home and potentially facing Kyler. I mean, this is going to be a massive divisional battle. I reserve the right again to change this pick if Kyler plays. I'm taking Zona -2.5. Pittsburgh at the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. The Chargers are favored by 6 points. The Steelers are coming off that tie, man, versus the Detroit Lions. A tie. Yeah, I know. I don't understand. But with Big Ben, I mean, this offense isn't great. Without him, it's horrific, and we saw it. I mean, Ben, he's still on the COVID list, but we're being told that he is prepping like he's going to play, and we'll see how that comes out. The Chargers clearly have lost their mojo, and they need to find it once again. Involving Mike Williams a lot more should be a top priority to get them back in the good books. I reserve the right to change this pick as well, simply because of Ben's status. Because if Ben plays, it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. If it's Mason Rudolph, I'm taking the Chargers -6 all day long, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Monday Night Football. We got the New York Giants taking travel to Tampa Bay. The Bucs favored by 11 points. Tampa Bay is coming off that gross loss against the Washington football team. They looked extremely uneven. They have major issues on the defensive backfield, which will continue to be a problem. All 3 Tampa Bay losses have come on the road. Think about that. So they're back at home. They'll likely rebound and regain in this contest. Gronk is back to practicing, so that's going to be a big help for this offense. The New York Giants, they're a team that can score. I mean, they're getting healthier. The receivers are coming back. Tony and Galladay are not on the injury report. No word on Saquon if he's going to play in this one yet, but that would, to me, would just be an added bonus for this contest, for this spread. Tampa Bay is a league worst versus spread versus ATS, and even though they should win, I'm going to side with the New York Giants here, plus 11 to kill this spread, even though they're going to lose. So there you have it. That is week 11 point spread picks in the books, baby. Go ahead, get that money. I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, and we'll see you next week. I am out.
You are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you're doing great. Sorry. I'm just having a little bit of time here with the jersey. That jersey's got my chub going from 6 to midnight, if you know what I mean. That is a sick jersey. Looking forward to doing something with that jersey. But hey, it's been a fun day. We're wrapping up week 11. We still have our live show Saturday night, 9 p.m. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I'm going to I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek on next week's schedule. And I'm going to say this in next week's shows early in the week because Thanksgiving is a time to spend with family, right? So obviously I can't be making videos every day, all day, and then neglect my family on a holiday. So For next week, we're still going to keep our same schedule of waiver wire on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to have all of our start-sit videos, and on Wednesday, our rankings videos. There probably will not be an injury show or a tailgate show next week. However, for the injury updates, we're going to post graphics all over the community tab, so as long as you're subscribed, you'll see that. I'll also put them on my Twitter. If there's any other news end of the week like we do in the tailgate episode, we'll cover that. Any weather updates, it'll all be in graphic form. We'll make graphics, we'll post them over all over our social medias. We'll put it on the YouTube community tab to make sure you still have all the information you need to make your decisions. But I want to make sure I give not just myself, but all the guys here on the team a couple days away with their family to kind of enjoy the week and not be kind of bogged down with a bunch of extra work or normal work that we do on a weekly basis. So I want to make sure that I give them a little bit of time to enjoy the holidays here, but hopefully you do as well. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, which is absolutely crazy to say. I can't believe we're almost done through 11 weeks of fantasy football. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy doing this. Hopefully you do as well. Hit that like button for us. It greatly helps us out here on YouTube, and I would love to get more eyes on this video because I'd like to grow this video. I'd like to try to turn this into something more and more as the years and weeks go, progress. Can we do like a little bit more of a vlog style video and get more people involved? And it's going to be something that really takes form over the next few weeks, few months, few years, and I'd like to get more people involved. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Greatly appreciate all the support and looking forward to a great week of football. So for right now, here it is, Friday late afternoon, early evening. It's time to head in there, relax a little bit, and enjoy some football this weekend. Hopefully you can do the same. Hopefully you had a great week, and we'll talk to you later.